Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your podcast host, Hanju Lee, and you are listening to Better Golf Daily, where I introduce one concept, one research-backed idea, and one thing you can take straight to the golf course. Let's go. Hey, I got a quick question for you. What if I told you the single most important moment in your entire golf swing lasts about 450 microseconds? That's less time than it takes you to blink. Less time than a hummingbird's wing takes to beat once. And in that tiny sliver of time, everything you've ever wanted your golf ball to do gets decided. Not on the backswing, not on the follow through, right there at contact. And once you understand what's really happening in that moment, you're going to look at your own swing completely differently. This is part 1 of 5-part series. We're calling it The Science of the Swing. It's inspired by a book called The Science of Golf, written by Will Haskett, a longtime golf broadcaster who spent years digging into the actual science behind this game we all love. Over the next 5 episodes, we're going to break your swing down piece by piece, the real mechanics behind it. And today we start right at the moment that it matters most, which is what? At impact. The actual physics of what happens when a club face meets the golf ball, and why understanding it might do more for your game than any swing tip you've ever heard. So here's the thing. Golfers obsess over their backswing. They obsess over tempo, over takeaway, over keeping the left arm straight. And look, all of that matters, but none of it matters if you don't understand what's happening in that half a millisecond of contact, because that's the only part of the swing the golf ball actually cares about. The ball doesn't know if your backswing looks pretty. It doesn't even care. It only knows what the club face did to it. Have you ever heard of the term smash factor? It sounds like something you hear in the demolition derby, but it's actually pretty simple. Smash factor is just your ball speed divided by your club head speed. So say you swing the driver at 100 miles an hour and the ball comes off the face at 150 miles per hour. Your smash factor is 1.5. And 1.5 is basically the ceiling. It's the max the rules of golf even allow, because of how the driver face is built to spring the ball off it. PGA Tour pros average right around 1.49 with the driver. They're squeezing almost every last drop of speed they got into the golf ball. Now, here's a part that should change how you think about your own game. A lot of amateur golfers think the answer to more distance is simple. Swing harder, swing faster, right? Get the club head moving fast as you can. And sure, speed helps. But if you're catching the ball off the toe, or a little high on the face, or a little low, your smash factor drops and you're leaking the ball speed no matter how fast you swung. 2 golfers can have the exact same club head speed, and one of them hits it 20 to 30 yards past the other, purely because of where on the face they made contact. Center strike beats extra effort almost every single time. And this is where it gets really interesting, because off-center hits just don't lose you distance. They change your curve too. There's a thing called gear effect. Picture the club face almost like a tiny gear system. When you catch the ball out towards the toe of the driver, the club actually twists open through impact, and that twisting imparts side spin that curves the ball back towards the center, usually more like a draw. Catch it off the heel, and it's opposite, more of a fade or a slice. So if you've ever mishit a shot and had it curve in some weird way you didn't expect, that's not bad luck. That's physics. Gear effect was doing exactly what it's designed to do. So what do you actually do with all this information on Tuesday when you're standing on the range? Here's a real golf application. Stop chasing more clubhead speed as your first move. I know it's tempting. Everybody wants to see a bigger number on the launch monitor. But if your strike isn't consistent, more speed just means more inconsistency faster. Instead, spend a little time each practice session just checking where you're making the contact. If your range has that foot spray or impact tape, use it. If not, just watch your ball flight and listen. Pure strike sounds different. It's got that crisp, almost quiet click instead of a clunky thud. And your hands will feel it too, almost no vibration at all. And if you know you tend to miss off the toe or heel, don't panic and try to fix your whole swing. Sometimes it's as simple as your setup, ball position drifting an inch, or your grip pressure getting too tight and steering the club through impact instead of letting it release. Small stuff. But it's small stuff that lives right at that moment of truth. So that's where you go looking. Here's what I want you to remember. Golf rewards precision over power far more than most golfers believe. A smooth center strike at 90 miles per hour will outdrive a off-center strike at 105 miles an hour almost every time. So the next time you're on the range and you feel that urge to just swing out of your shoes, take a breath and instead ask yourself one question. Where am I actually catching this thing on the face? Chase the center, not the speed. And the speed will end up finding you anyway. See, that's the physics of impact. It happens faster than you can think about it, which is exactly why understanding it ahead of time matters so much. You can't fix it in the moment. You can only prepare for it in practice. Hey, thanks for tuning in, everyone. I'll talk to you next time. Until then, find the center and let the speed find you. Bye for now.